getting dicey.
Here we go.
All right.
All right, let's get some sound going, guys.
There's mojo working tonight.
Just for Kiwi RPG Week, I just had to make sure that it all ran relatively smoothly.
We're right here behind you, backing you up on that. Yeah.
With our amazing character descriptions.
No, it was great. No, it was good.
Charisma.
Wasn't great. It was good.
You
I'll say that much.
know what? That is what you get with getting dicey. You get realness, and you don't get theatre kid energy 100% of the time, and that's why I like it. Okay.
Let's not
Turn on the
forget-
star shield. That's what. This is the kind of shit you get. I quit. That shit's been turned on too many times for me. No one's turned it on yet.
Joe, what did you roll last week for your wisdom? Was it a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
I got you to roll. Exathanter just. Oh, John's here. He didn't miss it yet. He didn't miss it. Okay.
This is good. Delighting.
Yeah. American Exathanter is just like staring just directly into your very being. Give me that. Oh, you already rolled a wisdom save? What did you roll?
I rolled a 17 plus 9 for 26.
There is a fear building up within you as he stares directly into you. And just as things start feeling a little bit too uncomfortable, he looks away really quick. Sorry, American. Sorry, you brought everything back, and I was lost for a minute.
Oh my. So you remember it all?
It's, I remember it all. Thank you, American.
We did it. We have restored this Lich's memories. Welcome back to us, Exathanter.
Exathanter.
Well done, American.
That's right. Exathanter is my name.
Oh, I wasn't a million miles away.
And he's looking around all of the room. He was just looking at you for that moment, American, and now he's taking in the rest of the room. And he nods at you, Morley, and Bill, Baron, Kasimir. He says, I didn't expect to find myself. Thank you, all of you. There's and he's a bit shaky, and he returns to his chair in the corner of
Have
the
a
room.
seat. Rest your bones.
I fear it is only my memories that have returned, and not my full strength. I'm still quite shaky.
Well, good night's kibble, see that right?
How long did that detect magic? Oh, that was the day before. That was before your long rest, wasn't it, Baron?
Oh, must have been.
Yeah.
It lasts for 10 minutes. No,
Right.
an hour.
Okay. Yeah. So that'll be well gone now. And Exathanter is now just seated in the chair, and he's lost in thought now. And he after a brief pause, he looks back up at all of you and says, "So why are you here? Is it for the power?"
No. Well. I mean, yeah.
No. No.
It's
We're
not.
not here
We're here
for
for-
power.
Sort of.
How do you say your name again? Exanther, was it?
My name is Exathanter.
Alexander. Oh, Exathanter. Right. Well, we're here for very noble reasons, Exathanter. We've lost dear ones. Well, some of us have, and others are plagued by an evil that stalks this world, which we seek to vanquish. Not you, by the way. Someone else.
Yeah, he's nodding. It's rare to have anyone enter this temple without the want of power.
I'm just going to turn to Baron.
Is there a bit of power in here or to be had?
And he laughs. There is plenty of power to be had here at this temple.
Okay. Not that I'm specifically looking for it, but I wouldn't say no. I mean, any tips?
I'm just going to nudge Baron in the ribs.
Brian, you're really undercutting the noble narrative that Morley has wrought for us, which is the side I am on. Let's just cut straight to the chase. Do you know Strahd? Strahd von Zarevich.
Yes, of course I know Strahd.
Oh my god!
We know him too.
Oh my god!
My god, you know him.
Isn't he a dick? Nothing better than
hate him.
finding out that
your,
you hate the same people. This is
Yes.
What do you think? What's your background with Strahd?
Let's bring that up.
BFFs.
He's like, we used to be best friends.
Strahd came to this temple a long time ago, seeking power, like I thought maybe all of you might. I sensed that he was a man of great destiny.
So you have been here this entire time, since before the time Strahd came and made a pact with the Dark Ones?
I have been here alongside the Dark Ones, correct. They sensed in him a greater evil than even their own. And they feared him.
They feared him. My god.
I knew he was bad, but it's pretty bad.
So are you like?
Exactly. Right.
Are you like a dark one? Is that rude to ask?
He laughs heartily. No, I am just a mere wizard who yearned for greater powers.
Did you get any of these greater powers, or yeah. When you came to this place? Were there Dark Ones here when you came here, or how long ago did you get here?
It's probably easier for me just to maybe not do this all in character because there's a bit of information. There's a bit of information here. He details that when he arrived at the Amber Temple, the wizards that were inhabiting this place beforehand were well and truly dead and gone. The wizards that were here before, you've heard the stories already, that they were they had captured a bunch of evil, malevolent entities and kept them in here and dedicated this whole temple to the god of secrets. And the wizards were forced to guard the temple and to keep the secrets from falling into villainous hands. And the evil forces that were imprisoned within this temple eventually corrupted the wizards, turning them against each other. And Exathanter showed up well after these wizards were dead and gone. There were already the Dark Ones living or inhabiting this temple when Exathanter arrived. And managed to speak to one of these vestiges that was trapped in Amber and discovered the secret to becoming a lich. So Exathanter, when he first arrived here, was a human like yourself, Baron.
Right.
Oh god.
After his transformation, he took over the temple and turned all of the skulls of its previous defenders into flame skulls under his command.
Was that what the 100 skulls out there were ready for
it helps me keep this place safe.
Well, when we opened that door, like a few hundred skulls poured out.
That's right. They are future flame skulls for my army.
I know it. Called it, and you guys laughed.
I've got to give you that one, Baron. A good bit of insight there.
What are you guarding this temple from?
He explains that he took it upon himself to watch over. He's remembering now. Originally, the idea was that he was looking over this temple to not hoard the secrets, but to openly share them. But
that's good.
The evils within the temple fed on each other and grew in power and slowly took away Exathanter's memories, leaving this place with just the flame skulls roaming and tucked away in this room.
So they've slowly been siphoning off your memories and your power. We've got to get you out of here.
And then he mentions Strahd. Strahd came here seeking immortality. And he talks about how Strahd made this pact, and it wasn't until Strahd murdered his brother Sergei that the pact that he had made with the Dark Ones was sealed with blood. And that was what transformed Strahd into the vampire he is today, and the Dark Powers turned his land into this prison that it is now.
That's a lot to take in.
My God.
Strahd
I was offered that very power.
Were you?
Yes.
Oh, which one was that?
I don't think we have time to go through the play-by-play.
You show me later. That's all good.
Strahd has returned numerous times to try and achieve further power and learn new magic. But the Dark Ones have no intention of giving him up.
So what you're saying is to banish Strahd, we must first defeat a particular Dark One.
And again he laughs. There's no defeating the Dark Ones. The Dark Ones always have been and always will be.
They're like a force of nature, or they're like something that exists. And these sarcophagi, they are portals or ways of speaking to them?
You've encountered them,
Yep.
and you managed to turn down their gifts.
Yeah, mine was pretty lame.
Well,
Like
no,
being popular or something. No, what was mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I think you mean the greatest gift. No, I didn't turn it down.
And Exathanter eyes you up, Bill. And he nods. You've taken on the gift of charm, I see.
I sure have. Can you tell?
Kasimir is bursting at the seams, wanting to speak to Exathanter at the moment, and runs across the room to Exathanter. He says, "Where can we find more of these amber blocks? I'm looking for a very specific power, a very specific gift. If you're able to point us towards these, we would be truly grateful." And Exathanter stands up out of his chair. He's still looking pretty shaken and weak as he hobbles across the room over to his desk. He says, "Morley, could you give me a hand with this, please?" And he gestures towards his desk up against the eastern wall, and he tries to put a bit of weight, trying to push it up the wall, like north facing from south to north up the wall. But there's no strength in him as he tries to push.
Allow me, Exathanter. Molly gives it a damn good nudge.
Yeah. With your strength, you're able to just push this desk across the stone floor. And as the dust picks up, you now notice a small little crease in the wall on the eastern wall, and it looks to be some kind of secret door, which Exathanter grabs and tries to push open. And it opens up into a small room beyond. There are more through here if you need them.
Everyone, wait! I'm just gonna... If Kasimir looks like he's gonna make a run for it, I'm grabbing him. I'm sick of everyone being corrupted by the dark forces among us. Exathanter here is a reminder to all of us the price that you pay for staying in a hellhole like this place. Isn't that right?
Yes.
You're not wrong, American.
You do well to remember it, Kasimir.
And that goes for you too, Baron. Bill.
Me? Why do I say me?
Aye. I've seen you looking at these amber blocks with lust in your eyes. Something's come over you, Baron. Something bad has come over you. And Bill, I know you've not been the same since you got your hand on one. Now's the time where your inner strength must shine through.
Look, I think you just... Remember that pep talk you gave me a little while ago about how I should grow up and, be more ambitious? I've taken it to heart, and I just thought if I can find a good block or, dark one, it's offering something good,
Brian,
maybe it's
that
worth
wasn't
it.
what I meant. I meant just, put your best foot forward in the world. I didn't mean to make a pact with dark forces and turn all evil like. Did I? I wouldn't say, hey, why don't you go and take a room in Ravenloft and understudy for Strahd?
Is that an option?
Can I slap Baron Byron dramatically?
Sure.
Snap out of it, man! And I dramatically slap him across the face.
Ow! What was that for?
That'll do it.
No, I just thought it might help. It's gone
Is it like in the
crazy.
pact?
Strangely,
I hope so.
he still has that character flaw.
I've tried everything and I'm all out of ideas.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
I understand what you're saying. Look, I'm not evil. Okay, I don't. Why you think that I'm definitely not going to be getting any pacts and becoming evil. All right, and yes, Exathanter, you have an amazing power to be a lich, and maybe you can tell me how to do that later on. But I don't want to be stuck here.
Baron, I could introduce you to the sarcophagus that I obtained these powers from.
Horribly.
Okay. Well, you can't just give me the tips.
If
How to
only
do
it
it.
was that simple, Baron.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Exathanter, you've been a great help to us, and we truly appreciate your help, and we're so glad we could help you come to your senses after the fog you were shrouded in. But we must take our leave.
There is something we need to know from you first, Exathanter.
Anything, American.
What is your goal now? What do you propose to do now that you've been freed from the fog?
I will return to my duty of sharing these amazing gifts with the world.
Mm.
Do you want to come with us?
I'm like, maybe they aren't so bad. Oh, he said they're amazing.
He's like a missionary of the Dark Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, just letting people know the options. Do you want to come with us? You could tell people on our travels.
I fear I am too physically weak to venture far from this place.
We can sort something out. I'll get like a chair or something with wheels on it.
A wheelchair.
Yeah, that's a good name for it. Or my skeleton could carry you.
I can't believe this. Am I the only... Myself and Morley seem to be the only one that agree that making pacts with beings called Dark Ones is bad.
It's probably
I'm
the
gonna-
name. It's the name.
I'm going to see
Yes.
Branding.
shuffle up to American. American, I think we might have to take some of these people out of the equation. I don't mean kill them, but I mean we may have to do everything we can to prevent them from laying their hands on the amber blocks when we see them.
Yeah, I'm starting to hold my head in my hands and just kind of freak out about the ominous presence that seems to be enshrouding us all.
I do have a question, Exathanter.
Shoot, Bill.
Shoot, I love it.
How
Shoot.
you are very up for the lingo for
It's all,
somewhat of your
it's all come back to me.
somewhat of
Lay it
your-
on me, my man.
How do we break the curse of Strahd?
Oh, that's a good one.
It was sealed
Seems
with
obvious.
the blood of his brother. How do we break that? We need to do that.
I'm not really sure what you're asking, Bill. The gifts from the Dark Ones are irreversible.
So we can't take it away from him and put it back into the sarcophagus.
He's thinking. The DM's thinking.
You said it was only sealed when he killed his brother, correct? Is there something we can do to undo that?
With a lot of the dark gifts, there are certain actions one must take before the gift controls its new owner, the beneficiary. For Strahd, it was the murdering of a loved one.
Let's see.
Can I ask a question to the party out of game? I wonder if I've got pretty good deception. I'm wondering if I could tell Exathanter that. Sorry, I keep getting the fucking name wrong.
Alex?
Exathanter? Is that his? I keep wondering if I should tell Alex if it would be appealing to, not appealing is the wrong word. Sorry, I'll spit it out. We tell him that we've encountered Strahd and that Strahd has mentioned that he's looking to come after Alex or kill Alex. So kind of paint the idea that Strahd's an enemy of him, so he might be more intrinsically motivated to help us.
I kind of get the sense that he's trapped in his role of just giving out secrets or something.
He's now a dark secret pusher.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, maybe the angle would be that Strahd wants all the secrets for himself, like all the dark pacts, because this guy seems to be trying to spread the word.
Yeah.
And if Strahd's trying to monopolize that, maybe that's an angle.
Yeah, I'm keen to try and convince him of that because I have pretty good stats in that area. And I guess if he doesn't believe me, the risk is that he's like, no, but I think it would be seen as we've got the wrong end of the stick, not that we're intentionally trying pull one over him. And there's something that'll go rogue. And just be like, Strahd told me in these exact words, he's coming to fucking kill you.
Said something about ripping your fangs out or something. I can't remember.
Projecting. Should I give that a crack, do you think?
You're getting nods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Exathanter. What's his name?
It's Exathanter.
Call me Alex.
Everyone could call him Exathanter as well.
Did you say Boney
Alex.
Alex? I like Boney Alex.
Oh, that's cute.
I said, call me Alex.
Oh, call me Alex.
Alex, I feel like we're on good terms now. There's something you should know about Strahd and us. We are sworn enemies, and we have encountered Strahd in these lands before. Now, I could be just over-dramatizing here, but from the things he said to us, it sounds like he wants to keep all of the power in this temple for himself and use it to monopolize this land forever.
Give me a deception roll. Or you choose deception or persuasion. You.
Oh, it'll be deception.
Cool.
Okay, that's a 19 plus 10.
Ooh.
That's 29 all up.
Yeah, that's an easy deception there. Exathanter nods. That matches what I know of Strahd. What do you want me to do with this information, Morley?
Well, surely you can see the inherent dangers of a being like Strahd owning and guarding these secrets and this power to wield. No one's safe. Alex, is there anything you can do to help us take Strahd out? Anything?
Destroying Strahd will be no easy feat, Morley.
No, I didn't imagine so.
Do you have the strength and the ability to take that on yourselves?
We've been working towards it.
Maybe.
Slowly, trying to build experience, gather intelligence, build our own stockpile of knowledge that we can use to take him out, but we believe that's what we were brought to this land to do.
There have been numerous people brought to Barovia for Strahd's plaything. Not one has managed to find this temple and leave here alive. The fact you have returned my memories means I am forever in your debt. If you need me when you take on Strahd, then I shall be there to assist.
Well, we will take you up on that, Alex. We will need all the help we can get, and we appreciate that so very much.
American, I ask one last thing of you. And Exathanter walks over to you again, American, and lifts up one of your hands with his skeletal hand. Says, there is still magic binding me. My strength, I am frail. Are you able to once more use your abilities to rid me of the last piece of magic holding me back?
He's been double cursed? I'm a bit dumbstruck by the idea of giving back this dubious character his full abilities.
American, I am afraid in my current state I will be no match for Strahd. But if you can rid me of these chains, I am sure I will be of assistance.
I'm thinking like, okay, so he's an ally of the Dark Ones, but he is a foe of Strahd. Okay, well, I'm going to look around the room with wide eyes, gauging the reaction of my fellow party members. What do they have in their eyes?
Remember, American, your enemy's enemy is your friend.
Yes, this is true, Morley. Wise words, wise words.
It's actually Sun Tzu, but
Never heard of him.
Sometimes your enemy's enemy is a powerful lich.
Yes. There is also that. Wise words, wise words. I'm pretty sure I can gauge what Baron Byron would be thinking because he's in love with undead people. So he's just like, oh yeah, how could he possibly be a bad guy, right?
Well, I don't know why you would just assume that he might be
Might be what?
bad. Just
I don't
because he's undead.
Oh, just because he's been talking about how much he loves the dark ones.
I don't think he said that though. He knows he's trapped. He's stuck here giving secrets. By the sounds of it.
Yeah, but he's like, go on, touch the sarcophagus. It's good. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's
Presents. They've got presents in them.
He's cursed, I think. Like he must sell them. Eternal,
He's cursed to be a salesperson.
eternal
for secrets.
salesman. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna gather up all of my courage, and I'm gonna look him directly in the eyes, and I say, I can grant you your powers back. I believe this, Exathanter, but I will only do so with a warning to you. If you become an agent of evil in this world, my party members and I will be bound by our moral wills to hunt you down and end you forever.
Unfortunately, that's true.
And I'm going to say this
agree.
with coldness in my heart and eyes.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion from a -1?
Can I?
I don't know
we,
about that.
Can
You
we
guys
help
do
out?
it, yeah, do it with advantage since there's obviously
Oh, that's
group of you.
generous.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
I've rolled a 6 -1
Look, it's
and
not
a 3 -1.
it's not that you're not coming off threatening, but this lich in front of you is an all-powerful lich, and he nods and he says, "You're welcome to try."
I haven't healed you yet, by the way.
I would be saying it a little bit differently if I was you.
It is it's my physical strength that I am lacking. If I meant you harm, I would have used my magic on you already.
Oh,
He's
Hey,
we're
you'll
in
have
a
to-
war of wills now.
have to tell me about that magic later. That'd be great.
Right. Well, I feel a little cowed by his remark, his standing of his ground so adamantly, and I shrug it off and say, "Very well. Shall I begin the ritual?"
Is that a rhetorical question?
Yes.
Good question.
No.
I'm a bit scared. I'm gonna. Well, first of all, actually, I believe I have consumed the diamond dust with the first spell, so I'm gonna say, actually, I'm going to need more diamond dust. So, do you have any more in the cupboard?
He goes to the cupboard, he brings back in a little pouch, places that pouch in your hands.
Well,
It's really convenient. You've got these sort of 100 GP stacks of diamond dust just lined up in individual pouches.
I've been stockpiling.
It's just.
do you mind if I'm in. After being kind of shut down at my attempt at being ice cold, I feel in no way. I don't have any bargaining power, but I do want to see what else he's got. Should I try and ask him for see if I can get some more components of him?
I think that's a great idea. I mean, we're helping them out. Maybe you could help us out.
Maybe I could gesture at Bill come over, Bill.
Let's not forget
And
you
I
have
just-
taken hundreds of GP worth of crown into your possession, as well as multiple bags of.
That's
diamond
true.
dust.
That's
Crown.
true. We do have a crown.
Forgot about the crown.
Ex-nay on the elm crown.
To remind him. Okay, just because I rolled really badly at persuasion, I'm not even going to try and push my luck and try and get components, even though I would like them. So with trembling hands, I reach out and snatch the pouch of diamond dust and commence the spell. My shivering hands betraying my nerves.
Great. You cast the spell in that same sort of the slouch that he was standing in. It loosens and he stands proudly. And this time it doesn't go back into that slouch afterwards. He is standing much taller now, and a way prouder stance. And he says, American, I feel much better. Thank you.
She's just silent and just kind of puts her head in her hands a bit.
You've doubled his HP by doing so, just so you know. Like,
Oh, good. Great.
You've returned
Don't know
his,
why he'd need HP.
You've returned his max HP to like the top, just as a little
Do it
bit.
again, American.
It might be, we'll see how this pans out, but American's rather distraught.
I
Yes,
haven't felt this free in centuries.
Well, I'm really happy for you, but don't get carried away. Don't go around like seeking vengeance, or you'll end up back here with a sore head again.
With a little bit of extra vigor to his movements, he's sort of swoops down his face in front of you, Morley. He says, "With me at your side, nothing in this temple shall harm you."
Good.
Oh well, that's great. And remember, you're in the temple, so
We are scared of you.
No, don't say that. You're in the temple. You're saying nothing in the temple is going to harm us. We're all in the temple together, not being harmed. Sounds great to me.
American's mentally on the edge right now. Doesn't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I'm loving it. I think you've done an amazing job, American. Look, you've restored his vigor.
And he just sets off into that secret passage on the eastern wall.
God.
Moves through dust and cobwebs filling this otherwise empty room, and on the other side of this small rectangular room, he opens up another secret compartment.
Secrets within secrets.
And walks into a large room.
Wally's going to follow in a hurry.
It's just the ensuite.
You look to be walking, well, he seems to be taking you into a giant stone library. It's got 20-foot high walls and 30-foot high vaulted ceiling. Covering the ceiling is a fresco that depicts angels being set ablaze in hell.
Oh. I was like, oh,
Rococo.
that's nice. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's hellish evil yet again.
A black marble railing encloses a gold marble staircase that spirals gently down a 30-foot wide, 30-foot deep shaft to the north. Against the grey walls stand 6 10-foot tall black marble bookcases. On their shelves are hundreds of well-preserved tomes. Embroidered rugs, chairs, and lit candelabras fill the southern half of this room.
Wow. Look at this.
Morley would like to scan the spines of the books for anything to do with the history of the Zarevich family or Ravenloft, since there was that statue, not statue, that model of Ravenloft, just anything that looks kind of Strahd or Strahd adjacent.
Yeah, there's a lot of the books here have nothing, strangely nothing written on the spines, and only the occasional book shows hints of what might be in this library. Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Dewey Decimal. roll.
It's something plus 6 to equal 15. 9 plus 6 to equal 15.
Okay. There are a lot of books that hint to just forbidden lore about the dark arts. This looks to be a library just filled with dark magic, forbidden spells, the unknown, hells, all the different hells you could imagine. There's nothing about so much the history of Barovia. It's not that kind of library. It's a library for the dark arts.
Wow. Nothing to see here, Baron. Just a bunch of mechanical stuff.
Oh, mechanical.
Just a bunch of recipe
Tractors.
books. Cooking for microwaves. Don't bother.
Function 27. Well, I am impressed. Are these your books there, Alex?
They are somewhat mine, thanks to obtaining this temple. A lot of these books were here before my time.
Have you read them all? Or?
I have read about 75% of the books.
All right. It's good going, really.
Have you got any favorites? Anything you kind of come back to and read more than once, kind of maybe annually?
It's hard to put down
Sounds good reads. 50 Shades of Black.
It's hard not to go back to the monster compendiums. That's for sure.
I love this guy. I love the idea that he's genuinely he's got interests.
Hobbies. He's not one-dimensional guy. He looks
Learning about monsters.
Okay.
What's your favorite monster? Sorry, you were probably going to say something. I was going to advance the story in some way.
Why are we here, Alex? What can we learn here?
What would you like to learn, Bill? There is plenty here that could be absorbed.
Mainly worried about breaking Strahd's curse and the curse on this land and getting things back to the way they ought to be. You know, where you can spread the dark gifts and Strahd doesn't have all of them. That kind of thing.
I might have something here for you in my compendiums. And he walks over to the one of the shelves in the southern eastern wall, and he's flicking through a selection of books, and he's sort of muttering to himself, werewolves, no. Vampires, here we go. And he pulls out this tome, and it doesn't seem to have any inscription on the sides. You're not really sure how he knew that was the one. And he holds it and he just blows all this dust off it and opens it up. And it looks to be completely blank inside. You're looking over his shoulder, it's completely blank. And he whispers a word, and all of the imagery and wording fills this book. And you can see he's flicking through a bunch of different monsters. Detailed descriptions of these monsters, and he turns the page, and it's a section on the god Vampire, and it's detailing the creatures that Vampire, the god that can, the evil god, can create, and it lists in detail what a vampire is, its weaknesses, how they can be thwarted.
Their hit points. Yeah. Does it say what their spells are?
Doesn't say HP, strangely enough. No. Or what CR they are.
It doesn't.
Does
it say what attacks they can do on people? Or?
It's not written like the actual monster manual, but it is written in a way that details what probably the most detailed view of what a vampire is. And he turns around and he hands this tome to you, Bill. Just places it in your arms. What would you like to know about vampires, Bill?
Known weaknesses. I turn to the section on known weaknesses.
There is a little bit that goes into how they're not able to be they're not able to enter a residence without having specific invitation from the occupants. I think this is something that you've already heard about before. It mentions that the running waters can damage a vampire, not just like out of a hose or anything, but like the flowing waters of a river. Not if he's just stuck in the rain on a stormy day, because he's had that happen, but specifically natural flowing water. It mentions that if a piercing weapon fashioned from wood was driven into the vampire's heart while the vampire was in its resting place, the vampire will be paralyzed until that stake is removed. And it mentions that they've got a sunlight hypersensitivity, that while in direct sunlight, they become weaker and will start feeling the damage from sunlight. It's got this picture of a vampire which looks a lot like Strahd, but maybe that's just all vampires. And it is depicting this vampire with its arms outstretched to the sky, and it looks like it's calling clouds over to block the sunlight.
This is interesting information, and I kind of share it on the group. This could prove useful. Thank you, Exathanter.
Bill. Does it say anything about the objects of their affections? How to drive them away from that?
I keep skimming for the objects of affection.
It doesn't
section.
Yeah, you're flicking like there's quite this section of this book is quite large. It's got different stories of different vampires, and then it's got little sections on their weaknesses, on their fangs and their claws and their abilities to shape change and all of this stuff. But there's nowhere as you're flicking through that you see any sign of any information about their attachment to people or things.
Is there anything about so it talks about Vampire, who is the progenitor. Mm-hmm. Is there anything connecting Kavan and these creatures?
Let's have a quick look. No. There's basically a section in the book as you're flicking through near the end of the section on vampires, which details that people have been known to look up to vampires to the point where they wanted to emulate them. They would try their best to trick a vampire into turning them, but would never eventuate in it happening. So they would do what they could to emulate it. And they would simulate hunting at night and drinking blood and living underground away from sunlight. And this resonates with the imagery and the feelings you got about Kavan when you picked up the blood spear. So while not a vampire himself, likely a fanatic.
Interesting.
Exathanter watches you as you read this and as you detail some of the stuff to the others in the room. And when you get to the end of the vampire section, he closes the book in your hands, grabs it and places it back on the shelf. I hope that helped in some way, Bill.
Sure did. It sure did. I think we need to trap Strahd in his coffin and put a stake in his heart. Not that that'll be easy.
Oh, hey, Alex. We've been in this temple for days now, and one thing we saw was like a stone model of the castle which Strahd calls home. Do you know why that's there?
That model was here when I arrived, Morley. There was an architect who once lived in this temple who was obsessed with building a castle on the highest point of Barovia.
What was the architect's name?
I can think I've got that for you, but maybe I don't think I do. It was before Exathanter's time. He doesn't know the name of the original thing, but he said there was once blueprints for the model that he made, and it was understood that he did eventually make his way out into Barovia, and with the help of his many slaves, built a large castle. I have yet to train my eyes upon the masterpiece.
It's pretty big.
Tell me, Exathanter, could you leave now that you have regained all your powers? Could you leave this temple at your whim? No, you misunderstood me, Brian.
Oh.
I mean,
Yes,
do you have the ability to walk out?
I believe so. Yes.
And is that what you wish?
As I mentioned, Mirakin, if you need help when it comes time to take on Strahd, I will be there.
How can we summon you?
Let me think on that, and
Okay.
I'll get back to you. But there will be totally a sweet magical way for that to happen.
Maybe a little flute?
Yeah, I think we could, yes, I reckon that could be it. Some sort of...
Made out of a thigh bone.
Alex produces a flute.
Can anyone play the flute?
Oh, surely Bill would.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
yeah. Yes, I can leave this building. I believe I probably could have before if it wasn't for the fact I didn't remember how to leave my own room.
I see.
Like a big teenager. Well, you know, I know that this will seem like I'm being rude, or I don't want you to freak out. But I noticed you had a really cool looking magic book with magic spells in it. Do you have like another copy of it, or I could borrow?
Baron, the spell book is a lich's most prized possession. You should know that.
No, I do. That's why I asked if you had a second.
Do you know how long it takes to make copies of things in D&D?
Well, I just know that you've been around for a long time, you know.
I haven't thought of needing a duplicate, I'm sorry.
Most people have a backup. It's recommended.
He's just recovered from dementia, Brian.
He's like looking at you clutching like 5 spell books and 2 staves.
No jug.
No jug, though. No jug.
I mean, if you've just recovered from dementia, all the more reason to make a backup, just in case.
You should have one in each room.
Baron, if you want to stay here and learn from me, you are more than welcome. This library itself will teach you more than you will ever wish to know.
No, he doesn't. He's got places to be, people to see, Strahd to defeat. He's got lots of stuff going on. Don't you, Brian?
It is tempting. I mean,
Well,
all of this. Look at it. All this knowledge.
Every spell you could imagine.
A lot of necromancy in here, or
All the necromancy.
all of it.
We need to get out of here.
You know what? Is it okay if I come back? Yeah. Come and visit?
Please, I would like that very much. It's been
Well, that's
very,
kind of,
it's been very lonely.
yeah. Well, that's very kind of you. You know what?
necromancy friends.
Yeah. That's a niche hobby. You know? I want to talk to about this. You get funny looks. But for now, we've got things to do.
I'm just going to ask Kasimir. Kasimir, I know you came here for a specific purpose, but after everything that we've witnessed, what's your take on this place?
Well, I am forever in awe with the ability that you lot have of changing the very nature of what Barovia has been. To know that this temple is now a means for people to learn. I mean, learn some pretty evil stuff, I guess, but it's now open for people to come in and learn is amazing. I don't think Mirakin's too pleased at what's on offer here, if I'm honest.
It's like it's like a movie where we take a beat up old building and we're just like doing a fix up.
Yeah.
Now the community centre is ready for all to come and learn the Dark One's secrets. We did it.
Look at a Sith Lord University. We've opened it up. We've cut the ribbon.
Yeah, American's just getting more and more uncomfortable the longer we linger. I'm just going to start muttering, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. We need to find what we came for and leave immediately. This place is evil. I can feel it in my soul.
What you're looking for is right down there. And he gestures, he walks over to the banister of this stairwell and just gestures down to the level below.
What is it?
What is it? Yeah.
For you, Baron, the ability to become like me, as well as other gifts from the Dark Ones.
No more gifts. We didn't come here for gifts. We came here to learn all we could to defeat Strahd.
Is there anything that can bring back Kasimir's sister?
I believe what Kasimir is looking for is right down there as well.
What is that one? Bring back sister pact?
I will let them show you what they have on offer.
Here's the thing. Could you tell us what the cost is for something like that?
Baron, I haven't delved into any of the dark gifts other than the one that I took.
And what was the cost for becoming a lich?
That is a good question.
Very good question.
That is a very good
Everyone
question.
seems to be forgetting about the cost. If he just says it was like a free deal, no downsides, I will be shocked.
You look
Free
after the
deal! It's free deal!
He goes, the downside is looking like this, but other than that, it's amazing.
Downside is you become a lich.
Baron, I don't know how long I have been without memory. I feel that they don't really tell you what the punishment for accepting the gifts are until it's too late, and I have long forgotten my time.
Punishment?
Well,
Did you hear that, Baron? The punishment, he said.
yeah. No, I understand.
All
These
of
gifts
the dark gifts come with some payment in
Do they know
kind.
what a gift is? No, because that's not really a gift. That's an exchange of goods.
The dark transaction just doesn't have the same ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they are
Advertising.
dark ones. I mean, that's how they work.
Yeah. Well, maybe when I get a little bit older, I'm still.
Kasimir, hearing this, heads for the stairwell and looks down the 30-foot to the room below. And Exathanter says to Kasimir, "Let me go first. I promised to protect you in this temple." And Exathanter slowly, one by one, steps down into the room below.
Kasimir, just before you go,
Yes.
I know you've said there's no price you wouldn't pay, but just think on it. That's all we can ask. Think, is it a price that you are paying, or is it a price that Barovia is paying?
Bill, I have thought about this for years. I think about it every time I go to sleep and hear my sister calling me from the depths of Ravenloft. This is what must happen.
Maybe you're right.
And I need to come clean. Bill, Mirakin, Morley, Baron. I wasn't even sure there would be a means to break the curse here. I knew you would have the strength to help me get this far and obtain the power to bring my sister back. I'm sorry I deceived you, but I am glad that Exathanter is here to prove me wrong.
Well, sometimes when we are grief-stricken, hurting beyond words, we say things to further our cause, so I, for one, can understand why you might have left certain things out, Kasimir.
Yeah. Let's go sell your soul.
All right, we'll take a break.
Let's go fuck up your life.
We'll take a break there. That was too good of a moment.
Let's go sell your soul.
I thought that was going to get way more of a reaction from Mirakin being told that, like, Kasimir had basically just tricked you guys into coming up here, so...
Well, I kind of just don't want to be like screaming the whole time. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And
that defines
my character's
that defines the campaign of Curse of Strahd perfectly. I didn't want to be
I was
just
just
screaming
like-
the whole time.
But like, also like, I don't. If other people are talking, I'm not going to be like. I interrupt and be like, American said something very dramatic. Just like whenever anything's happening, like I want other people to be able to like say things. You
Yeah,
know what
fair
I
enough,
mean?
fair enough.
Not interrupt with melodrama every second.
But I like Mirakin's
Only
melodrama.
Baron and Bill. We're cool with it. Yeah, we're pretty cool with it. How could you ever be cool?
No, I think it's you've got your everyone's
We-
position is known in a
We
good way.
knew,
Yeah.
we knew that what he was going to do, right? As soon as we brought him here.
I feel like American's been like broken down by this place, and she's just
Yeah.
like, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
Of course you did this. Well, I'm not surprised. Everything here is bad and terrible.
Break your heart. Another fuck boy along the fuck boys.
No, he's very asexual, actually. So, you know,
Is he?
I don't know. He's just kind of he's just.
Who is
Just
Kasimir?
because he hasn't done
Casimir,
you,
he's-
it doesn't mean he's asexual, okay?
I just mean as a character, he's just kind of got. He's just dead sister this,
Yeah.
dead sister that. It's a bit of a turn off if I'm
He's got his
honest.
goal. Doesn't have time for relationships. He's going to bring his sister back.
I'm working on myself right now.
Working on my
And
sister.
No,
sister.
to be honest,
Working on my sister right now. Jesus.
No, to be honest, like a man who shows American no interest whatsoever would probably just make her like more determined to be with him. She'd just be like, "Oh, reject me more."
Is she like the prime example of those those books, the pickup?
Yeah. She'd be a prime target for a pickup artist. She's just a tortured soul. She doesn't like healthy, well-rounded men.
I mean, Kasimir's pretty...
Me.
Pretty beaten.
He's what?
He's pretty beaten and destroyed. Perfect.
Yeah.
Pretty emotionally unavailable, some would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
Jaeger in the chat says the real treasure, the fuck boys we met along the way.
I think that's just Morley and Bill.
What, they're fuckboys or they're
What?
the one?
A little bit.
What? I'm into one woman. This is outrageous.
Well, she's the only attractive woman you've actually seen in Barovia, to be fair.
Ain't that the truth, American?
All of a sudden, I'm interested.
Waffles in the chat says, first, love you all. You're all amazing. Second question, how exciting is the Kiwi RPG week? It's super exciting. Really loved it. I thought that kicked off really strong yesterday. And we've got, we're actually hosting another game on Getting Dicey tomorrow night as well. Starting at 8 p.m. Brad from Fate of Ison is hosting a round of a game that he created called D12 Go. So it's going to be, we've had some shifts in the roster, I think, just today, but I think it's going to be myself, Liz, Lucy, Tom, and Brad DMing. I think that's it. I need to just, make sure I get the numbers right.
It's good. So you get some use out of the D12.
Yeah, finally. I think that was probably,
It's the never
I played
used.
D12 Go.
Oh, yeah?
With Brad DMing.
You have a
I test played it.
You've got a special thanks in the actual the purchasable rule book.
Do I?
Or everyone who play tested has a little thank you with calling their name out there, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
Great,
Super expansive, super open possibility, open world kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Is it sort of like D&D but more simplified?
It's not stuck to like fantasy or anything like that. It's any genre, any location. Really encouraging just your imagination and making up whatever
Like simple
as you
rules,
go.
is it?
Really simple rules. It's not like a one-pager. It's not one of those one-pager ones. I think it's maybe 12 pages or something like that. So it's
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, it's
Because
got
he's done that on
true.
purpose.
Yeah, probably. But it's got a decent rule set, which I purchased it the other day, so I need to actually read over it before I play tomorrow. It's been very busy getting all of this stuff done. But go buy it. It's available on itch.io. I think it's just D12 Go at itch.io, I think. So check it out, buy it. It's pay what you want, so don't pay nothing, pay something, because it's worth it.
$12.
Pay $12, and yeah, just to celebrate the idea.
It's true,
super good.
$12 or $1.20, but probably $12 would be more appropriate.
Yeah. Actually, so someone in the chat, Epoch has said, if anyone wants more information on Kiwi RPG, visit the website. It's www.kiwirpg.com. So go check it out. It's got a full list of what's happening this week, and I believe we want to make it an annual thing as well. So it's really cool that that we're able to be a part of it and host it as well. And it's going to end on the, I think it's, I know Dice Legends has a game on the 8th, but I think the 7th is officially the end of the Kiwi RPG week. And it ends with the first session of this year's charity stream. It's like so last year there was a 24-hour charity D&D stream, which had people from a whole bunch of different podcasts and streams coming together to play and DM. I believe DMs and players get a 3-hour playtime, and then it rotates to a new DM, and then halfway through that the players rotate out, so there's like constant rotating of players and DMs, but one overarching story that lasts 24 hours. And I believe the scene setting is going to take place on Saturday, this coming Saturday, but the actual 24-hour stream is not going to be until, I think it's August or September. So that should be a lot of fun. Epoch, did I get everything? I feel like I got everything there. Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see. I've applied for DMing a chunk of the 24-hour stream. I think that'd be really cool. Don't know if obviously they're going to have a lot of people applying, so we'll see how that goes. I think it'd be awesome. What are we? Gar, thank you for resubscribing. That's your 12th month. Thank you so much. Also, Disturbed gave out a community sub. An anonymous gifter gifted out a 1 month sub as well to Epoch and Hoju the Elder. And then, oh man, we've got heaps. When was that one? I think Waffles gifted another sub too. And Random Origins gifted a sub. We are just, this is, you guys are crazy. Thank you so much. Normally there's a bit of this for anyone that subs, but that's so many subs, we might just have to like dance for the rest of it until 10 o'clock. We'll just do an hour of it. Put on some music, just go hard. What did you guys think of Exathanter now that, did that go? I like that. Yeah, did that go how you thought it was going to go, American or Joe?
I didn't try to predict it too much, so I was like, I probably was leaning towards he probably won't attack us, was what I was thinking. But I was like, oh, my character might be cinders by the end of this. But yeah, so I think my character's been put in a very mentally unwell spot by this whole situation.
I couldn't agree more.
It's probably, I think it's taking her back to her cursed hermit days quite badly. I think she's regressing. The recovery arc she's been on is having the supports knocked out willy-nilly.
Like literally being the only one in the group that has the ability and the power to help a lich restore his memories, his power, his health, so that he can spread the gift of darkness.
And basically kind of making a deal with darkness to try and fight darkness is kind of like too close to her like origin story. And just very, very troubling. Yeah,
that's
it's not good.
I feel like you wrote this backstory to fit it now. I don't know the backstory, but like each like thing that you've said.
Joe has had that backstory since Lost Mine of Phandelver. Like it was something that she had shared with me like from day one. I think not exactly day one, but pretty close to day one. Joe had no idea that a lot of the themes that you guys have touched on would affect American so much. There's been so many moments here that I'm just picturing Barovia just being this curse on American's mind, basically.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't want to just be like, oh, my character's just like doing this and doing that and like, all the time being all melodramatic. I want other characters to have space to have their say and do their thing as well. You know what I mean? So I'll just let it cook in the background. I don't want to become the centerpiece.
When you do blow up, though, it's good.
Let me know if it's too annoying.
It's never annoying.
Never been annoying.
Never.
Okay, good.
No, not at all.
When I might literally blow up at some point. Who knows?
Okay, well that would
like
be. It's actually
all too much, and I explode and die. Yeah.
You bottle it up until you explode. Yeah.
Shannon and Adam, what did you guys think of Exathanter now that he's fully in control now?
Tricky name, isn't it?
Is it Exathanter or
Exathanter?
Exathanter, like Fanta.
Everyone kept calling him Exathanter so much that I crossed out my original spelling. I was like, I had that wrong.
Tor sounds better though.
Tor sounds more evil.
EXE.
Yep.
Skeletor.
THANTER.
Oh, that's what I had.
No,
and
I'm
then I
sure I'll
crossed out
remember
the
Yeah.
that'll be fine. Don't need to write that down.
He's
He's
unsettling.
.exe. Lich.exe.
And we've just run the program, unfortunately.
Yes.
We've debugged the whole situation.
I asked Joe before, but did you guys have any thoughts on how the starting of the session might have gone, or did you feel quite safe thinking, nah, it'll be fine?
Well, I thought it could go either way, but I was hoping that, it's nice to have this character that is not just the straight old normal lich that sees you and kills you.
Yeah, because imagine how shit that would have been to have done that, and I'm like, roll initiative. It's just like, oh my god.
I'd be
I
fine
don't know,
with
that
that.
could have been fine as well. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh,
have
yeah?
been mad if that happened.
Okay.
But I
It's like-
even before that, when he was, you could talk to him. That makes him more interesting than the standard lich, I guess, that you would normally go into a castle that's controlled by a lich and he kills you. Have a chat.
I didn't think he would kill us because of the prophecy, because of
Yeah,
American
we-
Oh
scrying.
yeah,
That's-
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what made me
real.
feel safe in that. But what I did think would happen was that he would get like this, like kind of evil horn on, and just go around just being evil. And I thought he might be like, "I'm true to my word. I won't harm you, but I'll fuck everyone else up."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I still assume that's going to happen.
I mean, he clearly wants to share these evil gifts, right? Like
Yeah.
he's still.
I'm like,
pretty-
look. I've got a plan B. We'll just put a sign on the entrance when we leave and don't tell him. Just put a sign informing people, no dark secrets in here. But we won't tell him we did that.
I want to.
Beware lich giving you all too much info. Or
I just want to see like him join the team, and as you walk through Valaki, just like just like killing everyone on the streets around him.
I thought he'd be walking like you'd see him walking up Cuba Street with some books, trying to sell, get you onto his religion.
Have you heard the good news?
Yeah,
Just pamphlets of like the Amber Temple.
it's got like
Visit
the
today.
Bhagavad Gita, but it's evil.
We're having a small get together.
A book reading.
It's free, and there will be snacks and drinks provided.
Oh shit, he's a Cuba Street
Bring your
magician.
friends, dudes.
Yeah.
I knew a pretty cool guy. He'd have like his own like Jesus Carpenter style thing, but for the dark ones.
Yeah. Nice amber seating.
A book club here would be pretty neat, though, wouldn't it?
It would be. Yeah. That's a pretty epic library he's got, to be honest.
And a spacious staircase.
When he said there was any and every spell you could want, Baron, he meant it. There is literally every wizard spell in that library.
When Strahd is destroyed, Barovia doesn't just disappear, right? You can still go back to their libraries.
Haven't read that part of the book yet.
I think that's in there.
Cross that bridge when we come to it, if we come to it.
Honestly,
All
that
the
is.
libraries explode.
I definitely need to have that conversation with you guys at some point, which is when you finish the campaign, should Barovia still be around in any sort of fashion? Like, how do you want that? Maybe this is question of the week. How quickly do you want the campaign to just wrap up versus, like, you've beaten the day, the mists take you back to where you came from, the end? Or is it like a bit more drawn out where we get to spend some time with each of the characters wrapping up their own little thing before we go? Like, have you guys thought about that at all? yeah, New Game Plus. You start again with your current gear.
Speed run it straight to Strahd's castle.
He's clapping above the death house, and you're just like, Sunblade!
So satisfying.
Yeah, I think it might be. This is my worry with when playing video games and stuff. I never finish them because I feel like I haven't done everything a lot of the time. So I end up getting to the end and then changing games.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we beat him and then like, oh, you've We turned up back at where the fuck you came from. That might miss out, but maybe that's good. I don't know.
I'll tell you what I think. I think if and when we finish the game, it might be good to have a wrap-up session where players each talk to the DM before the session about what they want their characters to do, so that it's not like just scrambling on the spot to come up with a satisfying ending.
I guess that's why I'm trying to maybe bring it up now, other than because who knows, right? I don't know how long we've got left. It's definitely not next session.
There's no point thinking that far ahead. Who knows what? We might not even have the same characters anymore.
And then because then there's also the conversation of what is next after Curse of Strahd. Do you want to continue with your characters? Do you even want to continue playing on Monday nights? Like there's a lot of conversations that need to take place, and so you might be, depending on the scenario, if we move to different characters, that might affect what your character does at the end of this versus if they're going to continue on to another adventure. So, yeah. Something to think about anyway. Yeah.
I drew American looking extremely upset. And
I think that's good.
That is good.
Nice that it put the makeup on.
Yeah. I've got a bottle of
Unicum.
Unicum.
Is it good?
Is it a quiet taste? It's a really green bottle, but I'm on a green screen. Adam loves it. I can tell. It's a cool bottle if it's not see-through, but it is on camera.
Oh, so it's not just a glass bottle.
It's like dark green.
Oh, okay.
But you can see.
How does one start drinking Unicum?
Slowly.
One shot at a time.
Actually, I think people just knock it back, don't they, when they start?
Really? You do swallow. Okay.
I didn't know until
Just
recently.
swirl it around.
I didn't know until recently, but the unit of measurement for it is ropes. I didn't know that. That was.
Whatever that is, it does not sound good.
All right, let's get back into. Let's get back into the.
Yeah, let's.
Sorry.
I bought it.
Let's find the correct mood for this.
This is the correct mood, I think, for the Amber Temple.
Giggling like idiots. Xantha, do you want some Unicum?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. I assume you're all following Kasimir and Exathanter down the spiral staircase?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. As you look down into the room below you, you can see 6 of these rotting wooden crates just dotted along, just sort of in the area beneath the stairwell. This staircase... yeah.
I've got a bit of a phobia of crates.
Well, these crates do look quite similar to some other crates that you've seen in your time in Barovia as well, although they look way older and more rotten. The walls here, just like the rest of the temple, are a brilliant shade of amber, and they're sculpted... the walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas-reliefs, there you go, Shannon, of kings, queens, pharaohs and sultans attended by myriad slaves. The alcoves to the west, south and east each have a tall, rough block of amber that you recognize immediately. And to the southeast of this room, 2 wide cracks have opened up, spilling rubble and shattered pieces of amber onto the floor and the southeast corner of the room. Now, there is, as you each make your way down into this area, the crates start shaking, like rocking and shaking. And out almost at once, as you all get to the ground floor, almost at once, each of the crates open, and hissing out of these crates are vampire spawn. The ones that look very, very similar to the style that you met at the coffin maker's shop in Vallaki. And Exathanter holds up one hand and says, "Get back!" And they cower in fear from Exathanter. And they just disperse into the corners of this room, into the darkness, just and up into the walls, away from Exathanter. I told you I would keep you safe. I am a man of my word.
Wow. They're really scared of you.
You now believe what he said when he said nothing will hurt you in this temple now, with him by your side. He is in control now of the evil and the darkness within this temple.
Wow. Oh my god. We can just start running through this place with gay abandon.
Let's go eat that roast dinner.
Running the plant.
Let's go get that jug.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
I'm impressed, Exathanter. That's... How did you do that?
I've commanded power here for a long time before my memory dwindled. The dead know true power, Baron, and true power is what I hold.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at Kasimir. Kasimir, for you. And he gestures over towards the western block of amber. And Kasimir walks over to the block, stands in front of it, and looks over in your direction, Mirakin. And he's it's almost like he's waiting for some kind of signal from you that it's okay. There's a look on his face of uncertainty and maybe a little bit of fear, and he's just looking at you, waiting for some kind of signal.
American looks very broken down, looks at him in the eyes, and then looks down to the ground and then up again. She closes her eyes briefly and gives the merest of nods to indicate that he must do as he wishes.
And with that, he turns and faces the amber block, and he looks down into it and notices that dark wisp within the center of the block. And he puts his hands out in front of him and takes a big breath, and he places his hands on the block, and he just freezes. A moment passes, and then another moment, and slowly he removes his hands from the amber block, and he turns to face all of you, and he says, "It's done. I believe I have the power to bring her back." He's just he's hanging his head after. Sorry, Morley?
Morley just thinks for a moment and says under his breath, I hope it brings you peace.
He just lets out this big breath, and he scratches at his shoulder, and he walks back over to you and says, "I believe I only have one chance to do this. I was told by Zudun that I only get one shot to bring her back.
Don't waste it.
What is the price that has been exacted from you? Tell us now.
He didn't say, but he himself had quite a corpse-like appearance. That's all I had to go by. He told me his name. He told me he understood why I was here. It was like looking into the face of death himself. He knew about my sister. And when I accepted, he smiled, a mouthful of rotten teeth, and disappeared.
American's mouth is quivering and she just rushes from the room, pushes past everyone, back up the stairs, and just leaves the room in a hurry.
Baron, for you,
what? Yes?
I believe the block in front of you there is what you desire. And he gestures to the southern wall, the block.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I do want to be a lich right now. I'm sure it'd be quite powerful, but also I get the sense that power's taken away. You don't really come out with anything gained. It's
Baron, that is the very sarcophagus that gave me the power that I have. I was no lich before I entered this temple.
Yeah. No, I got that. But there are other liches in the world.
Don't you want to smite everyone who wrongs you, Baron?
Well, I mean, I'm not big on smiting.
Don't you want the power that comes with being a lich?
Well, that's my point. You know, you get the lich power, but what power do they take away? You couldn't even remember anything. You were powerless when we met you.
Look at me now, Baron.
Yeah. Maybe I could become a lich and then American could fix me. Here's the thing. If I was older and I was going to pass away, maybe that would be my only option, is become a lich, like, in one go. But I was thinking of the long game, you know. I could figure out how to become a lich by myself.
While you're talking with Exathanter, sort of discussing the pros and cons of lichdom, Kasimir is pushing past everyone and heading upstairs after American. American, what are you doing? Where have you moved to upstairs?
Just pacing back and forth in the library. Not gone too far.
You hear the footsteps of Kasimir coming up the stairwell. American, are you okay?
She's just put her head in her hands and is just doesn't know. Just doesn't know. She just is silent.
Are you seated? Oh, you're pacing. You're pacing.
Pacing.
He stands sort of in the middle of your, to the side and of the middle of your back and forth pacing. As you go back and forth, he says, I'm sorry that this has happened this way, American. I am. But you understand the need of bringing back one from the dead. One that was wrongfully and stupidly taken from this planet.
I know that. I know that more than anyone. I do not judge you. In fact, I fear that I may rush headlong into that room myself and go through all this again.
What do you mean, American? You seem to be the strongest one here, able to withstand any of these gifts on offer.
I'm the weakest one among us. I truly am. I tried. I've ruined my entire life. I've run away from everything I ever held dear. Just gave it all away. Tricked by one such as these Dark Ones. I fear the gifts more than anything, because I know the price you pay when you ask for something that should never be. But I don't blame you, Kasimir. In fact, I hope that even if the curse is unbearable, I know you've done it from the goodness of your heart, and I don't blame you. I fear it more than anything myself. You must hold me back from that room.
And Kasimir takes your hands in his, and he holds your hands, and he clasps them tight, and he says, Mirakan, I am trying to right a dreaded wrong. I know that it seems strange to take a gift, such an unknown ability, and who knows the punishment that will be coming to me when I do what I need to do. But if it means my life is over, then so be it. It's a life for a life. And
I understand that.
I thank you for understanding, and maybe you will return to this temple. Maybe if I can show you that this can be done without any great sacrifice, maybe you two will be able to come here to right whatever wrong befell you.
Yes.
I will leave you to your thoughts, and please come down when you're ready. And he lets go of your hands, and he walks. Sorry.
I'm gonna grasp his hand tighter.
Okay.
As he means to let go, I do cling on, and I allow him to lead me down to the room again.
Okay, great. He leads you down into the room, and while you're holding on to his hand, when you grab on tighter, he doesn't seem to notice anything, but you notice that like one of his fingernails just slides off one of his fingers, and just drops to the ground at your feet as he leads you down the stairway.
I'm gonna let out a loud gasp of shock. Kasimir, your nail!
And he turns.
Hopefully it's just a fungal infection that he's been nursing for a while. I'm sure it's nothing to do with the dark gift.
He turns and he looks down at the fingernail on the ground, and he picks it up and he's inspecting it, and he just looks at you. What do you think it means?
I think you may be about to pay the sacrifice that you've dreamed of paying.
I think you might be right. And he returns to scratching his shoulder as he continues back down the stairs.
Okay.
What's happening down in this amber vault with the rest of you in Exathanter? How's the conversation with Exathanter going, Baron?
Well, yeah, I think hopefully he's really trying to hard sell me on this.
He just wants a friend.
Yeah. But no, I am refusing these gifts. I've touched one or two, and I'm starting to get the gist that it's not actually a net positive in power. It's more of a monkey's paw scenario. So I don't think it's to my benefit. I'd rather become a lich another way.
Exathanter understands. You're not ready. I understand. It's a big decision.
Yeah, it's the next stage of life. You know, I still got a bit of this, pre-life ready. Going, and then
and he
post-life.
He looks over to the amber sarcophagus over on the eastern wall and slowly makes his way over to it. And as he walks, you can hear the scuttling of the vampire spawn trying to move into an opposite direction of the room. He says, "And this one, Morley, you said you've come across this one?"
What Well, I've never been down here, but I feel like I was offered a gift of a very similar nature to what we were talking about.
Oh, because this block here is the very block that gave Strahd his abilities. This is the block
Jesus.
of Vampire.
Whoa.
And
Well, I'll be staying away from that one.
there is an intensity to that rock, and there's a lot of the designs on the wall and the tentacles that have been etched into the walls here swirl into a dark mass around this specific alcove.
Molly just stands up straight, having hit this bolt of kind of idea that's hit him. We must destroy it. We must banish it. Never again can this curse be placed upon someone. It must be destroyed now. And Molly starts like reaching for his hilt.
Could you have 2 Strahds?
Well, I imagine the other bloke would be called something else, but
Oh, true, yeah.
Vampire would be honored to share the gift with others.
Just giving it away.
Exathanter.
Just call me Alex, it's
Exathanter.
fine.
Alex, we must destroy it, don't you see? We must, right now. Blast it into a million pieces. Destroy the spirit which resides within.
I am happy to help you when it comes to that of Strahd. But to destroy the very vessel of a Dark One is not something that I wish to entertain this day.
What would happen if we just destroyed the amber housing?
I'm not sure, Morley. Have you seen a destroyed sarcophagus? I don't know if they even can be. No one has been bold enough to try.
What do you all think? Turning to the rest of the party. Do we just leave this here? Here to corrupt whoever walks upon it?
It does present a risk, doesn't it? That all this could just happen again one day, even if we are successful. Which seems highly unlikely, by the way.
Well, that we were successful or that it would happen again?
That we're successful.
Damn it.
What, you believed in us, man?
I don't think that we could destroy the power within it. Isn't Vampire a god, like a force of nature?
I don't believe the Dark Ones can be destroyed so easily.
If
The
we could
influence will remain no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, if we could... I don't know if we can even kill Strahd, and this thing must be more powerful than Strahd. If we let it loose, maybe it would just consume us.
That is my
Alex
worry, Baron.
Alex said that they feared Strahd.
Oh,
The
yeah.
beings that offer these gifts.
He was more edgy than even the edge gods,
Yes.
wasn't he?
Ultimate edge lord.
His vibe was so bad that even the Dark Ones couldn't deal with it.
His fedora
When he-
so black.
He's like, whoa, steady on, man.
His trench coat so leather.
His katana so sharp. No, I think we've accomplished what Kasimir wanted to do when we came here. I say we go back up the stairs, grab the jug, and get out of here.
Oh, the fucking jug.
I agree
God,
with
man.
Brian, except the jug. We must leave here now before the last remaining scrap of our sanity vanishes.
I agree with you, Mirakin. Let's make haste. And Brian, I will grab that jug for you, as I guess, I'll use Mage Hand like I used last time.
Since you're
Thank you.
obsessed with it.
I agree with you.
Bill,
I'm
is there
still agreeing
anything?
with American.
Is there anything
just
of
gonna
interest
ask-
for Bill down here?
I was just going to ask you, Alex. So, vampires in that one, is it each of the dark ones are in one and offer a gift? Is that the general vibe?
That's right, Bill.
Interesting.
Like the curse of Bill.
Yeah. Do you know who runs the being really cool and awesome curse? Who's that?
The gift that you received was from the Kingmaker himself, Xantras.
Xantras the Kingmaker. That does sound very cool.
It really does. You can't deny it. It's like smoking. We all know it's bad for you, but it does look cool. You can't say it doesn't.
All right.
If there is nothing else down here that is taking your interest, then shall we head back upstairs?
Okay.
Let's.
I'll be right back.
You'll be right back? Okay, she's doing
Yeah.
something. Okay.
Fixing some other Walking Dead.
One of the bunnies managed to turn on the TV, and it's really
Impressive.
That is impressive.
getting
must have jumped on the remote.
What do they want to watch?
Dark, I
Whatever's
think.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's watching anime. What a fucking nerd. What a nerdy bunny.
Great.
Get out of here. I was watching a Marvel movie.
The only time Adam will ever see one is through webcam over Joe's shoulder.
Tricked by a rep.
Got him! All right, you all head upstairs. Kasimir is sort of the first to just turn on the spot and head back up the stairs as you all aim to follow up. He's busy picking at a part of his hand.
Don't pick at it, Kasimir. Don't pick at it. You'll make it worse.
It won't heal.
Leprosy for you, eh?
Kasimir, where do you need to go next to do, you've got this one shot to do your thing. Where's that gonna happen?
Baron, I believe my sister's body is in the Catacombs of Ravenloft.
We had a bit of a preview of those.
That we did. American, do you know or remember much of the layout of those catacombs?
I remember it all perfectly, like
Perfect.
a photographic memory.
Yeah, great. Was there any obvious places where bodies may have been kept? And you do remember that big room that just had small 5 by 5 foot square blocks, and they all had the doors on them, although they couldn't be opened in that little miniature you were in. And then there were other parts that looked like they had sort of the size and shape of what might be for lying bodies down onto as well. There were definitely multiple areas where a body could be stored.
Yes, I'm gonna gently clasp his hand so as not to slop.
It falls off.
any
It falls
extra
off. His whole hand falls off.
I run screaming, holding his hand.
No, it's fine.
I am going to say, we must get there. We must. Before you leave this world, you must be reunited. We must do this.
Thank you, American. Is this what's next, then? Are we to Ravenloft?
Yes.
We've got
Yes.
a dinner date with the devil, don't we?
Ooh, that's cool.
Can I check Kasimir's pulse?
Yeah, please. Give me a medicine check.
Okay, I've got a 0 on that. Right, get 13.
Yeah, great. You walk up. Would you want to sort of explain how it is that you're checking Kasimir?
Sure, Kasimir. He seemed to be suffering a few health issues all of a sudden.
He's still scratching. He's scratching at multiple parts of his. his
I know
back
it
now.
itches, but maybe we should get some mittens for you, or maybe a cone. Around your head. I'm just going to check.
He's biting at his stitches again. Damn him.
Yeah. I'm going to check your pulse and things like that. Just general checkup. If you could cough. Now, has he got a pulse? I want to find out if he's dead.
Yeah, you check his wrist, and you're having a real trouble picking up. Feels like maybe there's just like the faintest beat every now and then. Like you're not sure, you can't really feel much, and then you go up to check on his neck. There's a nape of his neck, and you're looking for any sort of pulse that you can see, and you put your hand over where you believe his main veins to be, and
My main vein.
you know the.
He's only rolled a 13. He doesn't know the real name.
I'm
of
not
it.
checking his main vein. Yeah.
And there is a pulse, but it is so few and far between. Like it's maybe once every 13 seconds, just like a really subtle, and then just a pause for like 13 seconds, and then there's like 16 seconds. Like you're counting them down, and they seem to be getting further and further apart. And then you notice just past your fingers, you can see the scratch marks from where he's been sort of scratching over his back, and it's just dead skin is lifted up and is flaking away from his back.
I believe that Kasimir has made the ultimate deal with the Dark Ones, and truly, he may have sacrificed his life for that of his sister.
Yeah, I was thinking it's not as bad as I thought. He still has pulse.
Truly, he has made the ultimate courageous sacrifice.
I
We
believe
must
you're right.
rush him to his sister's side so they may be reunited at least one last time.
Yes, no, I agree. I was thinking perhaps I could, if he was dead, I could cast Gentle Repose on him to stop his decomposition.
Is everything all right, Baron?
Well, it's swings and roundabouts, really.
It's not good.
Yes, I don't want to alarm
Inside
you.
manner.
Don't want to alarm you, but your pulse is slower than normal.
Fucking understatement.
I feel
He's just very
fine.
fit.
I feel fine, but and he holds up his hand in front of you, Baron, and it's now the fingertips are quite grey. They're losing the pink. Well, he's a dusk elf anyway, so it was always kind of greyish look. But there's
Very grey.
greyer than his normal
Even
grey.
more.
It's quite grey. It's very grey now.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
a little bit greyer than normal.
Well, what if he starts turning pink and that's how you know he's sick?
Oh no! Yeah, that's how you know they're
He's got a
dying.
wet nose.
Yeah, Kasimir, you honestly, you're degrading at a rapid pace. So, next chance I get, which will be after I sleep, I'm going to do Gentle Repose on you. We'll see, if that slows down the decay to help you get to your sister before it's too late.
Thank you, Baron. Thank you. It's strange. I feel fine.
Oh, you look great. It's just a little bit of a worry. Have you filled out a will?
That's a good point. Quick, Kasimir, pluck your will.
Such a great doctor.
Side note, who are you leaving your spell book to? Just asking.
Yeah. Yeah, so have you thought about maybe making a donation?
Okay, can we
I'll
hurry
keep
out
you in
of this?
mind.
Let's go.
All right, yeah. So what's the plan? What are you guys planning on doing from right now? It's obviously leave the temple. What's the
Jug and go.
getting the jug and heading
That
on
jug.
out of here?
Gotta get that jug.
Yeah. Okay.
With an
We're going to
escort
go on a
from-
full tour of the miniature Ravenloft again.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
we've
need
got
to
time.
go back.
Yeah. We've got time to kill.
We haven't checked out the top levels.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. You all head out of this library and back into the Exathanter's room. And Exathanter says, I will make sure you are safe on your journey out of the temple. But please call on me when you need me using that technique I showed you that the DM will figure out just in time for when you need me the most.
Yes. Thank you for all your help and your promise of more help.
You.
It's
I
the
look forward to
least.
meeting you again.
It's the least I could
Sorry,
do.
you go.
I was just saying it's the least I could do, but no, please, you, Molly.
Honestly, I was just saying I look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, that's very nice. There's not many people who say that about an all-powerful lich. But it has been nice, hasn't it, Molly?
We leave.
One more thing.
Oh no, he's trying to goad us into a long-winded conversation.
You seem busy. I'll let you go.
Yeah.
One last thing, Alex. Just
Yes.
thanks for not killing us. That's very upstanding of you.
Could you imagine? You're welcome.
Yeah, in
Thank
vivid
you.
detail,
Bill,
quite easily.
I am forever in debt to you and your friends. American, bringing back the full strength of the undead Exathanter. It's fantastic. And he helps guide you back. He throws, as you leave his room, he kicks through some of the skulls that are dotted the secret compartment. And he goes out, and where that statue is, that obsidian statue, he just throws like a sheet over it. He's like, "You should be,
You've protected us mightily.
you should be fine now."
He's a thinker. Oh, that reminds me.
True power of the lich.
The power of the sheet.
I didn't realize the antidote to that was going to be a fucking dropship.
Okay, that is legitimately the solution to that statue, by the way.
We didn't even think of that.
Just cover it up. Just get, it's good.
I like to imagine sitting there for 24 hours, like just sitting in front of it, starving, and you step out of it for a second and just put your jersey on it. Oh, that was a horrible day.
Oh, but it is cold in
People
here.
died in front of it.
Actually, before we go, there was a chest on the ceiling. Do you know what that's all about?
You do not want that. There's nothing in there. There's literally nothing in there.
What is it for?
It's a trap.
Does it snick your head off?
The floor drops out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall down
Well, I thought
into.
just-
There's a bunch of spooky ghosts and stuff below this room.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Does the floor snick your head off?
No, this is just where I keep the skulls of the fallen. This is
It's
just
amazing they haven't fallen through the floor.
well, it's to hide the floor, hide the fact that the floor gives way.
Okay.
And then I have to go and pick them all up again.
Yes, that's what I thought you would have to do. You'd have to go all the way around carrying skulls. Okay,
He's got to
well, I
have
guess
something to do to pass the time, you know. He probably appreciates it. He
keep your
enjoys
fitness
that.
up.
Yeah.
And he shows you back to the doorway where American's vine and the marble have entwined together. And
that's actually gone now.
oh,
It
okay,
has disappeared.
it's looking well worse for wear then.
Yes.
Well, before we worry about what's happening with that marble platform, then as you near that doorway from the darkness from the room past in the main foyer area, you hear some soft words being spoken, and those with dark vision you can see kneeling in front of that large 40-foot statue is a man with long, dark, flowing hair and pointed ears poking out from his long hair, and he looks to be praying at this statue. And on finishing this prayer, he sits back on his knees, reaches into his coat and pulls out this live toad, and in one go he just opens his mouth, forces it into his mouth, and swallows the toad whole.
Ew.
And he again bows down in front of the statue, says another few words, and stands up to leave. And Kasimir, over your shoulder, American, says, "It's Rahadin." That's where we're going to end tonight.
It's Rahadin.
It's Rahadin.
He's the guy that killed all the female elves, right?
It is.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Is he a dusk elf as well, right?
Himself.
He is a dusk elf.
He was one of his friends.
It was his best friend.
His BFF.
Yeah.
Not anymore, actually.
He was the
now
one
my best friend is.
when Kasimir's sister was murdered. Rahadin returned to that camp and slaughtered every female dusk elf in the camp.
Wow.
Why?
Because Rahadin believed that Kasimir's sister was meant for Strahd.
It said he was sent by Strahd in my notes.
Oh, yeah. So Strahd sent him.
It's like
to do so.
revenge.
For taking a potential bride, I believe.
Wow. Jeez, what a session.
Knows how to swallow, though. You see that? Whole toad.
Whole toad.
That is impressive,
It
actually.
is-
I don't know how. Is that like a special ability?
You have to roll. You have to when you're in character creation. You gotta. It's the perk of the dusk elves, I believe.
Yeah. Swallow a whole toad.
Yeah.
That
Cool.
reminds me of when I saw a seagull swallow a whole hot dog bun. Didn't go well for him. Me and
did it?
Reagan saw it together.
It was glorious and so
And then-
disturbing.
Just like straight down the neck, but then it just stayed in the neck.
Yeah, you know, you know how Bunnings have like your hot dogs and stuff. We went to Bunnings and there's just one of the buns left in the parking lot, and the seagull just like straight down.
Fuck.
Yeah, and when I say straight down, I mean halfway down.
Halfway.
You should have gone and stuffed a hot dog in there.
Just
To
pushed
complete, and then
down
it would
against-
like, it would go all the way down then.
But it was just sitting there with this like this bun-shaped lump in its throat.
Oh my
It's just
gosh.
going, come on. And you just couldn't get it down.
So that's what I'm imagining is happening with Rahadin right now. He's just got the big lump in his throat. For
This
the
is
next
like
5 minutes.
Barovian Bunnings, really. You go there, you have to find stuff on the shelves. And
You're always going, why am I even here? And then you find a bunch of crap that you didn't know you were looking for.
Mm.
It is, yeah.
You guys have basically done the Amber Temple now. Holy shit! There are
It ended
Well,
there are
so much
DMs
quicker.
that do not include the Amber Temple in their games.
oh.
Yeah, just because of how brutal it can be to the players.
Oh, wow.
And
Well, we're not out yet.
and I think you guys were good because you were you know how when we first started this you guys were level 5 instead of level 1. And I've been sort of scaling it as we go. You've pretty much caught up to what you need to be at the right time now. So
Yeah.
a lot of people, they start at level 1 and they'd probably come here at the wrong level.
Oh, right.
And get like TPK. Like this is a place known to just TPK entire parties that are like well into the campaign. So you guys have done awesome.
I do feel like we are relatively cautious players, probably as well.
I think that's a believable thing, to be honest, for your characters to be inside the Amber Temple.
Yeah, I'm like, if we leave this place, it's not without like hideous PTSD. So good job, game.
I absolutely loved the whole moment with Kasimir and Mirakin and everything that was happening there. Joe, do you have inspiration?
No, I don't.
You do now.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was cool.
I have something naughty to tell you though. I realized after I did greater restoration
You don't
twice.
have inspiration now. No, what is it?
Yeah. Oh, I just realized I don't actually have 2 spell slots of 5th level. I'm not used to only having one,
right,
so I'm like, I actually couldn't have done that twice in a row.
That's right. Next week we'll just start the session again. We'll just
we'll just
do it again.
retcon that we stayed another night in the fart.
Just have another. Just be like, we have one more 8-hour nap. We'll be right back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's.
I
fine.
only realized it later because I was like, oh, I got to tick that off. Oh,
I'm glad you didn't realize because that would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have had this debate for 5 minutes. Shall we have another rest?
Yeah, and me trying to find a way to go. Oh, sure, you sleep for another 8 hours. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't notice. To be honest, that would have slowed it down too much.
How about I pull 2 of my level 4 spell slots to make up for it, or something like, or a 4th and a 2nd level, so I don't feel like I'm cheating or something.
Just take a 4th level spell off. Just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Also, a big thank you to an anonymous gifter who gave us, I don't know what the currency was that they used, but it converted to $11.70 US. Thank you so much. I believe it's the same anonymous gifter we get regularly giving us some donations.
How do you know?
Well, I think is that like a British pounds conversion to US?
Maybe it's like 15.
Pierce Brosnan.
Oh shit, he's back.
Well, no, he'd probably be using the euro, wouldn't he?
Oh, would he? Where does he live?
In the Republic of Ireland.
Does he?
Okay.
I just wanted to see if clever day.
Mr. Brosnan. Mr. Brosnan,
Probably
thank
lives in
you.
London.
I wonder what the euro conversion is on Twitch. That could be him.
Look, it's while it's anonymous for everyone, obviously I do get the PayPal payments, so I get to see who the payments come from. So I know that it's the same anonymous user. So thank you so much for the support. And I don't know if you're also the anonymous gifter of subs as well, but your support is just so appreciated. It's so awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Really cool. Cool. And what did you guys think of Kasimir taking the gift? Was that a satisfying moment for you guys that it finally occurred?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it's mixed feeling, isn't it? You don't want him to get screwed over, but also that's what he came for.
Yeah, I was like,
the writing had been on the wall for sessions and sessions now, and he'd made it so clear that that's like nothing was really going to hold him back from that. And my only worry was that I think American, you said like the cost to Barovia, like if it wouldn't be something that affected just him.
I think that's what Bill said. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, it's probably going to go either one of 2 ways. He'll either sacrifice himself, which is more of a fair transaction in my mind, or he'll turn into some kind of like monster that wants to kill us or something, which, so it seems like he's paying his life for hers. But I don't know if that's true, or if he might eventually become a monster that has nothing but evil in his heart. But I guess we'll find out. But I thought it was good.
Yeah, I liked ending that touching moment with Mirakin with just that fingernail coming off in her hands.
I like that too.
Awesome, you guys are great. That was an awesome session. I think this and the last session have been really, really enjoyable. And I think there's probably not going to be much more time left in the Amber Temple, I believe.
Well.
Yeah, so we need to have a think about what's next. Where to next? And if
let's not get ahead of ourselves. We might get in a
yeah.
fight with Rahadin.
You might. I didn't say the Amber Temple is 100% over. I'm just saying.
Let's not get excited.
Yeah.
Well, now's the time to kill him when we got our beastly friend.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah, what a-
us.
You think? I mean, it's like. Do you think Kasimir is just going to be like, oh well, he's just doing his own thing? I don't think so.
No.
Surely Kasimir knows he's on borrowed time, as the doctor's assessment was.
If I was like,
assessment.
Well,
I'm turning into a zombie or something, and there's the guy who I hate more than anyone in the whole world, I'll be like, all right, let's go.
But that guy didn't kill his sister, though.
Yeah, but it's still bad that he killed all his
Yeah,
all
very
his
bad.
relatives and women in his community. He probably still gets a bit salty.
Literally starting the genocide of their kind,
Yeah.
basically.
But it wasn't his sister.
But
it wasn't
like
his sister.
Kasimir killed his sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed his own sister. That's why he's so obsessed with it.
Yeah. He's
So he
obsessed
must hate
with
himself more than he hates Rahadin.
So he just kills himself.
Yeah.
He sees
Yeah.
Rahadin and just reminded of it all. He's just like, I'm going to kill
I'm the
myself.
worst. You're all good.
He probably, yeah. He's probably, I mean, he may hate himself more, but he probably hates Rahadin quite a lot.
Yeah. But by the way, I think we fixed our tech issues. I don't want to speak too late, but that was a whole session of it working pretty damn well, actually.
It's,
Yeah.
hang on.
We should have done that at the start, but yeah, that was great. I will say before we call it a night, thank you so much to everyone who followed tonight, and for everyone who has subbed and thrown bits around and unlocking all the trading cards as well. That's awesome to see that being done. It got people excited doing that yesterday during the Monster of the Week stream too, which is really cool. So I believe version 2 is still being worked on by Random at the moment, which means you won't have to scroll. I think people didn't realize there's like a panel that you can look at your cards. So when we can get it, when we can actually get it as a selectable overlay over the actual stream, that'll be amazing. That'll be perfect. Just a little button you can click and it'll pop up over the stream. That'll be fantastic. But anyway, thank you to everyone who stopped by to watch tonight. We'll be, as I mentioned, tomorrow at 8 p.m. We'll be part of a game of D12 Go run by the creator and host of Fate of Eisen, Brad Zimmerman. So definitely stop by and come say hi. And we should be back at the same time next time to see what is up with Rahadin. Which is...
I can get the frog down.
I know QSD will be very happy that we've finally introduced... And probably LARP Kiwi that we've introduced Rahadin. Oh, we got the car back. Fantastic.
Worse than Rahadin. Worse than seeing Rahadin. Easily.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And thanks to the players. You guys are fantastic. All right.
Bye.
See ya.